Sean-Suking DesignerDiner. As you can see, I am in the Windy City, Chicago. I want to take you through a couple of my favorite and interesting places and spaces around the city. Involve some parks, plazas, restaurants. Stay tuned for the episodes to come and come join me in my trip. So right in the heart of the city, the river, Chicago River, runs right through. And there's so many activities going on with the architectural tours, boats, pontoons going, and people being able to enjoy the activated waterfront. So the first site here is the river walk. I'm going to show you the different parts. It's really exciting. There's ecological features, there's restaurant shops. First stop here, couldn't resist a drink right in front of the river walk. Enjoy all the people watching, boats going by. Such a beautiful city. There's always time for Prosecco. Another favorite part for the Riverwalk is that all the different buildings that you get to see behind me, this architectural icon, corn on the cob, that's what they call it. Yeah, really cool. Parking first few levels, and then you got apartment, residential up above. This other cool feature, check out this amphitheater bleacher seating. You got trees to cool people down, combat that heat island effect. The Riverwalk, they really want people to focus on the water. Other cool feature is that you can see there's a walkway, slope walk, going up to the street level, making it ADA accessible as well. So a design for everyone.
To fully enjoy the Riverwalk experience and checking off that Chicago bucket list item, the architectural boat tour is a must. The 90-minute ride takes you to many eras of Chicago, from the historic buildings back in the industrial times to some of the more cutting-edge modern towers that defines the Chicago skyline. You're also getting the best views of the Riverwalk itself, seeing the different treatments of how people can interact with the water. Once the cruise was done, be sure to head up to the Chicago Architectural Center, which is just where you get off your boat. There's usually exhibits showcasing the work of local firms, along with the model of some of the iconic Chicago skyscrapers. There was also a little corner that asks what a tree means to me, and it made me take part in a little sketch to show a little bit of love.
Here we are in Lakeshore East Park, almost a neighborhood park completed in 2002, with the master planner being SOM, a local architect, and then the landscape architect was OJB, Office of James Burnett. You can see this park is surrounded by residential towers. It makes it so architecturally pleasing, seeing all the different characters of the buildings and the open space that all these buildings look back at. Beautiful rose garden walkway. You got your hydrangeas on the side. They're all layered. Pretty cool seasonal plantings. So I think with the design, there are almost 400 something trees that were put into this space. And really the specialty of that is that, they got London plane trees, you got some honey locusts. A lot of these trees, when you give it time in a space like this, they really take shape and provide all the shade for the space. I assume, this big lawn, they probably host a lot of neighborhood events for these residences. One of my favorite buildings in Chicago back there, the Aqua, is a hotel residences by Jin Gang, local architect. The curves are super playful on the building, breaking up some of the more traditional forms that you see in the more rectangular structures over here. For a park that was completed back in 2002, that's over 20 years ago, the condition is great. I think due to the maintenance, the flowers that they put in, makes it very attractive to both residents and the visitors. We are in Millennium Park, Chicago's Central Park. Giant space, big lawns, different activities, all for everyone and all inclusive for different age groups. You can see behind me, this is another iconic piece, Frank Gehry Bridge, leading up to the Frank Gehry Structure Pavilion in the back where they host a lot of concerts and different events.
My favorite area of Millennium Park is the Lowry Garden. Can you believe this 3-acre space sits on top of a garage? This botanical garden designed by GGN and Pete Udoff is one of the best examples in the country, highlighting the integration of nature in an urban space. Just look at the way all the varieties of perennial and grasses are planted here. Unfortunately, Cloudgate, aka The Bean, was going through renovations, so the best we could do was take some photos around the fence. Crown Fountain is also another feature that you don't want to miss when walking through. You can see all the people interacting with the water. And lastly is a stone's throw away from Magnificent Mile is Oak Street Beach. You can capture some of the best views of Chicago's skyline while sunbathing or taking a dip in Lake Michigan. As always, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your support, so don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. You don't want to miss the next episode as I take you to dinner with me to North Pond, a 1 Michelin star restaurant located in the beautiful Lincoln Park, surrounded by a prairie-style pond habitat which shapes some of the restaurant's food and decor.